A very good morning to all of you, and welcome to Preval with Team William Munil India. Today, Feb 27, we are about to end the month. So the series is already over, the February series. Not a good one for the investors. Okay, so if you look at the Nifty's chart, so very clear level on the downside. The previous low, the 200 DMA, जो 350 to 400 वाला zone है, ठीक है? That is the most crucial. And I think even on the intraday basis, I don't want to see 350 breaching because that will push the market to a correction again because we are breaching the previous low. So I think 350 to hold even on the intraday basis is very important. Other thing, I think if the 400, 450 zone, right? अगर ये intraday पे breach होता है and the market takes support somewhere over here between these two levels, then it's okay. Like might be a potential bottom for this one. But if we go below 350, then it will be very tough for the market to rebound sharply. So because the only thing that is helping now in the market is that relatively lower volume, the below average volume. बाकी हर जगह पे प्रॉब्लम ही है अगर वॉल्यूम को छोड़ दे तो. On the higher side, I think the 550-600 zone is important, right? And specifically, if you look at the 650, वहां पे sorry 600. So 600 is important. If Nifty moves above 600, then I think there might be some quick recovery from there also. Looking at the positions. So yes, on the lower side, the 350-400 zone, this becomes very crucial. 350 on an intraday basis, 400 to 450 वाला zone on a इवन अगर क्लोजिंग बेसिस पे हमको होल्ड करना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं हो कि क्लोजिंग भी अगर नीचे आ जाए, so you don't want to close below 400 as well. So yeah, these are the important levels on the downside and 600 on the higher side for the Nifty. And also one thing, अगर आप पिछले कुछ दिनों से देखें, so last 5-6 sessions, the closing is very weak. So that's where a little problem is. If you look at the closing of the last 3 sessions, I think all are in the lower half of the day's range. So at least today, I want something like what I'm looking for is कि मान लो चलो कि थोड़ा नेगेटिव क्लोज होता है या फिर मार्केट नीचे भी जाता है, बट क्लोजिंग शुड बी नियर द डेज हाई. दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर क्लोजिंग डे हाई पे अभी भी नहीं आता, द 4th, 5th कंसेक्यूटिव डे, 6th कंसेक्यूटिव डे, क्योंकि यहाँ ऊपर भी आप देखो, यहाँ पे भी क्लोजिंग डे लो पे था, ये भी डे लो पे था. ऐसा नहीं, समथिंग लाइक दिस यू वांट कि अगर नीचे गया तो नीचे से ऊपर जाके बंद हो जाए. लाइक दिस सेशन नीचे जाता है बट ऊपर जाके बंद होता है. देन देयर आर हाई चांसेस दैट इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज देयर कैन बी सम रिकवरी. ठीक है, ऐसा हो सकता है कि यहाँ पे एक बार नीचे आया वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट फिर क्लोजिंग ऊपर होता है, देन देयर आर चांसेस दैट यू माइट मूव अप. सो दीज थिंग्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट टू लुक फॉर टुडे सेशन. 350 का लेवल नीचे, 600 का ऊपर, एंड क्लोजिंग इन द अपर हाफ और नियर द डेज हाई. Okay. Now, if you look at the news, not a major one, but yeah, Power Grid Corporation of India's Committee of Directors approved 4 projects worth 800 crore. Then IRB Infra received a letter of award from NHAI. I think a lot of awards are getting awarded. Especially this is the last quarter, so in February, March, this generally happens. A lot of road projects are getting allotted nowadays. Phoenix Mill subsidy complete the acquisition of a 5.5 acre land in Kolkata for around 414 crore. Now, globally, this is important. So, US consumer spending increased by the most in nearly 2 years in January. Okay, due to surge in wages again. Also, अभी हमने डेटा देखा था, we were expecting 6.1 जितना और इन्फ्लेशन आया 6.3. So इन्फ्लेशन भी बढ़ा, स्पेंडिंग भी बढ़ा, वेजेस भी बढ़ा. So this is a perfect stage for Jay Powell to increase the rate. तो अगर रेट इंक्रीज और यहाँ से होगा, looking at this scenario, then that is always an issue for the market. कि अगर ये डेटा सही आता है तो रेट इंक्रीज के लिए फेडरल रिजर्व या फिर कोई भी बैंक कंफर्टेबल, कोई भी सेंट्रल बैंक कंफर्टेबल होगी. अगर सेंट्रल बैंक और भी रेट बढ़ाने को कंफर्टेबल होगी ये स्टेज से, then I think market might won't like that scenario. And after the Fed minutes of meeting, after this data, there is some sell-off in the market. Even in the Indian market, we saw that FIIs are selling. बीच में थोड़ा pause हो गया था FI selling का 8-10 दिन के लिए, but or you can say quantum was very low, but now again the 2000 crore plus वाला quantum Friday को आ गया था. So let's see how the things goes on. But yeah, these datas are good. I think स्पेंडिंग बढ़ा है वो अच्छी बात है, वेज बढ़ा है वो अच्छी बात है, बट ये इन्फ्लेशन वाला चक्कर है तो फेड विल ट्राई टू ड्रैग इट टू 2%. एंड आई थिंक with all these things in place, it's tough time for them to move ahead. Global market, US market was down 1 to 1.7%. In Asia, Shanghai is flat, Nikkei is almost flat, while the Kospi is a bit down. If you look at the R market, SGX Nifty indicates muted opening, 460, 70, 65 के around का close था. So if you look at the future market, तो थोड़ा negative side भी open हो सकता है. So somewhere around 450 is the expectation for the market to open, 400 to 450 के बीच में. So जो हमारा first zone हमने discuss किया, as of now, वहाँ पे possibility है open होने का 400 to 450 के बीच में. So ideally it should hold from there, or even if it breaches 400, there should be a quick rebound. That's what is expected. If not, then there might be some trouble going ahead. The chart of the day, I've selected a pharma company, so doing really well. Even in the weaker market, it is consolidating on a relatively lower volume. If you can see the annotation that I have done on the volume part, RS is gradually improving. I'm not saying 60 is good, but yeah, it is improving really well over the last 1 month. And if you see the Friday's action, the closing was in the upper half, plus the volume increased. जब stock ऊपर गया इतने दिन पर consolidation या थोड़ा pullback के बाद volume increase हुआ, plus 21 DMA, the green line, provided a very good support. So like going ahead, if we get a breakout 3% to pivot, यहाँ से अगर breakout मिलता है, then 21 DMA can be trailed over here. The fund holding has increased. The EPS strength is excellent. Last few quarters results have been really good. Buyer demand improve हो रहा है. यहाँ भी अगर consolidation देखो तो low volume पे हुआ. So base setup perfect है इसका. Base on base cup with handle बनाने के बाद flat base बना रहा है. So it's a base on base setup BOB, and it's really good for Dr. Reddy's. So let's see if market supports. There are chances it might move towards its pivot and breakout. So this could be the part of the watch list. Thank you for joining the session, guys. See you again tomorrow at 8:45 a.m.